Hey, how's everyone doing today? This is New York Dan here. Yeah, hope you're had a good day. It's already nighttime here. My day evaporated. I've been beyond busy. I got My problem is doing that trading. You can get sucked into that if you got certain things going on. I got like too many things at once. And the bad part is there's not just the daytime session. There's also after hours that goes till 8 p.m. And then overnight trading picks up right after that, believe it or not. That goes till 5 a.m. Then there's a pre-market from 5 a.m. to 9:30. It is craziness. And a matter of fact, I can tell you something messed up. If I had gotten up at 5:30 this morning, I could have made more money. I had a chance to get out of a trade with a profit. Instead, by 9:30, that turned into a loss. So this stuff, it can drive you crazy. I got to take a break. I'm going crazy. You guys remember Crazy Eddie? His prices are insane. This might be a Long Island thing. I don't know if it was everywhere. But back in the 1980s, there used to be this guy. He would wear a turtleneck shirt, and he would come on. It was an electronics store, kind of like Best Buy back in the day. And he would be doing it. He had an infamous commercial. He would come on TV and do that. Crazy Eddie. And it was some guy. The guy in there was just an actor. And I think Crazy Eddie got in trouble. Their stores had problems or something, and people were getting mad. And they were like, don't blame the guy if you see him. Don't blame Crazy Eddie. He's just an actor. It was nuts. I'm nursing this head cold illness here. Trying to get back. I feel pretty good. I've been able to do my work, but I'm limited. I don't want to push it. If I get too overtired or whatever, I'm going to make this thing worse. But what can you do? A summertime cold. Who would think? I did see a lot of people wearing masks, though, when I was in Target the other day. Yeah. Crazy Eddie. We're going to talk, Tim. Don't you worry. That's why I'm here today. I'm going to talk about... Yeah, I definitely doing a follow-up vid. A lot of stuff was going on in the last video I posted about Tim's rant. Yeah, and one of his subscribers left me some messages. I actually got some comments, and he told me some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Some of it I suspected. I got my notebook computer here so I could read the comment here. Yeah, don't you just love it when you turn the computer on and it's trying to it's like HAL on 2001 Space Odyssey, this dumb thing. It's trying to update a bunch of stuff when I first power it up. Meanwhile, I'm running it on battery and the battery drains down, Why does it do that? I'm sure there's a way to go in if you want to make a career out of it. Trying to fine-tune that computer for like a year. This is the one I do my live streaming with usually because it's a newer computer. I don't know. I got a bunch of computer stuff going on. I'm going to need Geek Squad to come over and work here. So, yeah, back in the day, Crazy Eddie, the computers were simpler back then. I bought a flat panel TV there. You remember the Sony Watchman? It had a black and white TV screen in there. Those were high end though. They cost a lot of money. I got me a little 5-inch black and white TV. The case was about yay deep. And you could tune it. I wonder where that thing is, if I saved it. Of course, you can't tune in anything now. You could run it. There is a way to do it. You can get an RF modulator and run it off a video feed. Yeah, but the picture's not going to be anything to brag about, guys. Black and white. Yep. Crazy Eddie. We used to buy stuff there. Now we got Sarasota Tim. Yeah. So, yeah, what we were talking about in yesterday's video, his rant, where he's looking for a lady friend. He got mad at the haters, the critique channels, and he was saying that the friends that he had were all stalkers, like Johnny Vegas. Pretty crazy stuff. That's what was going on yesterday. And I talked about when I went to Florida back in the day, just a few months ago, actually, in April, March, April, and I went to try to track down his trailer. I went to see the sights. I wasn't a stalker, man. Not illegal, man. Not illegal. So I'm gonna bring up some of the comments. Shout out to ZCar355. This guy used to be a big supporter on Tim's channel. Yeah. And something happened there where they weren't friends anymore or something, and he left. He went to the channels that talk about Sarasota Tim and left some comments, and I got a couple comments from him on my channel. Welcome aboard. So he said, I was a longtime supporter of Sarasota Tim, a subscriber and supporter. I've met and actually spent time with him. I suggested that he meet you when you were in the Bradenton area. This is back when I was down there. Remember, I was trying to, what I was thinking of doing is, I said I'd buy Tim dinner, hang out, buy him whatever, if we wanted to meet up somewhere in public. I was thinking I could do an interview with him. Now get this. This guy suggested directly to Tim that he meet up with me, right? Tim gave him a verbal tongue lashing for even suggesting that he meet up with New York Dan. Then he says he made then when I found his place, he says Tim made the accusation that I let him know where he lived. That I let New York Dan, in other words, know where Tim lived. Yeah, Tim thought that he tipped me off. He's blaming everyone, right? He's blaming Z-Car. Tim was also saying that I did not meet Ted and Jolene. He was saying I never actually met them. That was Tim's accusation. Yeah, and he commented that Tim's channel is like a house of cards, and he on the skids, unfortunately for Tim. Now the channel's on the skids. Well, the problem is the content. He's got to do more stuff on it. This is interesting stuff. Yes, to set the record clear, I talked with Teddy and Miss Jolene. I met both in person. And at the time, I met them kind of on the fly. I was driving around. One of my subscribers sent me an address, and they thought that would be Tight Pants Point, where Ted and Jolene live, right on the river. And I Googled it, or I looked on the map, the address, and it looked like it would make sense, but I wasn't 100% sure. If you go back and look at the video, it has a picture of two of their neighbors that are actually from Sweden on the thumbnail. And they were walking their dog out front. I didn't even know if I was at the right place. I asked them, and they agreed to even be on my channel and say hello. And they told me, go down there and see if Ted and Jolene are around. They said this is in fact the correct place. They're like, we know them. And they didn't even know about Sarasota Tim. So I think when he was living there, I think he was kind of like a ninja. He had his trailer hidden back there, and he was coming and going, but I don't think he was saying hello to anyone around there. I think he was in and out of that. I suspect the same at Bradenton at the park. I didn't ask his neighbors when I was at the park. I saw them out there. They were smiling at me, but I was like, I didn't want to pee anyone off, and I was just trying to see what the sights were, see what it looked like. Yeah, check out the location. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on. So back in the video when I met Ted and Jolene, the neighbor said, I think they're down at the dock, or they're down there. So I walked in there, and sure enough, they were right there. And I said hello to them, and they were very friendly to me, and we were talking a long time. And the thing was, I could have taken more pictures or video, but out of respect for Teddy, he let me film out on the dock there. I got the scenery. And hindsight, I should have asked him to get a picture standing with him. Just a photo. That would have been cool. He did let me take pictures of his car, too. He was showing me the car. But I did, in fact, meet them, and I was talking with them quite a while. And if I go back to Florida, I'll visit them again. They seem real friendly, and I'll bring them. I'm going to be sure to not show up empty-handed like somebody else. Yeah, I'm going to be sure not to show up empty-handed. I did offer them stuff when I came to visit them. Yeah, I said, you want me to get you dinner, whatever you want, you let me know. And I actually tried to give them some money too. I'm like, hey, if you come on the channel here, I'd be willing to give you something, because I know, you're going out of your way or whatnot. But they were real friendly. It wasn't about that. They were like, no, that's fine. They're like, we just didn't want like a lot of publicity. And they didn't know who I was either. So I don't blame them. Maybe next time I come down there to Florida, we'll do a video. Maybe they'll let me do a video. Because, now they know who I am. They probably have seen my channel. And they met me before. So maybe next time I'll bring them some food. I guess they're not too keen on going like to restaurants or going out. I'll bring stuff to them. And oh, by the way, when I went down there, Teddy, he was recovering. I said it in the video, I'm 99% sure back in April or March, that he had broken his leg, and he was recovering from that. He was on a crutch and stuff. He was getting around. So obviously I did in fact meet them, if I know that. And I don't think Tim even mentioned that on his channel. So I don't know if he stays in touch with them, but he never said a word about that Teddy had an injury and he was recovering. Nothing about that. Nothing. Send your prayers, etc. Didn't happen. He only came back there when it was convenient for him, and he was hoping that they would cook for him. That's what happened there. So yeah, these comments were interesting today. If this computer here, it's working pretty good now that it's a little complicated. I'm thinking Radio Shack, a Tandy. Remember Tandy? The 1000, a color computer. I don't know if you can do YouTube with that, though. Might run into some problems. But it's definitely simple to use, those. Whoop. Okay, almost messed it up. Too complicated, man. Way too complicated. Actually, those Tandys were probably horrible to use. You had to type in with DOS, MS-DOS. You had to type. It was a little arcade. It was a business computer. No fun, man. No fun. Only business. So, yeah, some of my subscribers came to my defense. They're like, the address was released before Dan ever went to the trailer, so nobody tipped him off, so to speak. Yeah, Tim's trailer, I did not even get the address from a subscriber. Actually, some people have told me things that turned out it wasn't accurate. They said he was living in Tropical Gardens RV Park, and I drove through that first. That is really tight in there. You'll see the videos up there. When I first get to Bradenton, I went through there at nighttime. I'm lucky I didn't get locked in. There was this big sliding gate that closed. And then luckily somebody was coming back to their trailer, right? So because I was trying to get out and the gate was closed, I'm like, how the hell do I get out of here now? What the heck? I might be here for the night. And a guy was coming in a little truck, and the gate started opening up, and I was like, oh damn, I'm out of here. And I went like right by him. I didn't know they had this whole gate, that slider. It actually has more security at Tropical Gardens than where Tim's trailer's at, believe it or not, but it's very tight in there. So another subscriber mentioned, they said that Tim has a vicious temper. And then I put a few comments in there. Let's see, anything else notable in here? Just checking it out. Yeah, some people, they're like, Tim is self-made, all right. He stops talking to you when you stop giving him stuff. This guy, Florida, FLA, commented. And another comment here, Big Red says, Johnny Vegas's golf clubs are hidden in the shed next to the Tin Can Timmy. I guess that's the RV. But yeah, you know what? Here's another comment about the golf clubs I'll get to. But they are right. Now that I have this information, when I was in Bradenton, I got a bad vibe. A matter of fact, I think I commented back to him about this. Yeah. I got a bad vibe in Bradenton. And I actually said that in my videos. That's what I was commenting when I was in there. I kind of got a feeling that Tim could be irate. He could have a temper. And he may not be the guy we see on camera, the friendly version. I didn't know what to expect. And being that I didn't hear from him explicit instructions with an email on about meeting up or what to do, I got a really bad vibe when I was by the trailer or I was in that area there. I was like, well, I think one of the cars, his car wasn't there, the CC Rider. And I'm like, well, he must be out. But I'm like, geez, Luis, if I go back, first I went by, once I located it, I got out of there. It's all in the videos. I went down the street to regroup away from the park to think about what to do. And I'm like, I'd really like to get some photos, take another look back there, or do more video with the hat. I got my hat out and stuff. And I knew the CC Rider was out, so when I went back, I was worried. I'm like, if I'm back there, he could pull up at any moment. And then I'd be like Ricky Ricardo says, he's like, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Yeah, I don't think he would be too friendly if he pulled up and I was there. Something told me he wouldn't be nice. And this is off camera, guys. Don't forget that. I guess I could have filmed it if I really wanted to get a video. I could have filmed it when he came back. But I deemed it dangerous, especially since he has those guns. I don't know what the guy, and this is, I was right on the money. Z-Car was saying that he was irate basically about me, the idea of even meeting up with me. So of course he's not going to be good when he gets back. If I had waited there, you imagine that? After I took the pictures and took a quick video, looked around, I was like, this is a good, I got to see it. I just looked from the road, make no mistake about it. I did not go near his trailer or anything, or near, just from the road. I looked and videoed, and I looked around the park. I drove all around the park and like filmed what it looked like in general too. But I was like, I better get out of here, because if he comes in, it's not going to be good. And Miss Vicky was warning me about that too. She was afraid there'd be some kind of confrontation. So this confirms it. His friend was saying, why don't you just meet him, Z-Car? And Tim was irate about it. He was mad, very mad. Now we know behind the scenes what was going on. Craziness. I don't understand. I didn't think Tim would be, when I went down to Florida, I was pretty sure that I was going to be able to meet him, and I thought he would be more cooperative. I thought if I emailed him and said, hey, I'll get you dinner or something, we'll do an interview or whatever, I thought he was going to be friendly. To be honest with you guys, when I first was down in Florida, I was like, well, this is fun to do. I met up with Dinger, did an interview there. We were having a lot of fun. And I'm like, I'm sure Tim's probably, this is like a lot of what he does on camera. It might be an act or whatever. He'll meet up with me or do dinner or do something. It will be good. I had no idea that it would turn out the way it did. And the closer I got to meeting him, the more like bad vibes I felt about it. And the Bradenton, when I was in the area there, I was really getting sketched out. It's just that there are characters around there. And I was also worried. I'm like, I don't know who's friends with Tim around here. You know, I don't want to make vibes. Oh, what if he... I found this to be false now, but I'm like, what if he had like a posse or something, and a gang, the Sarasota Tim Riders, and they all came out all of a sudden. Imagine that. No, it turns out he's a lone cowboy. But still, it was sketchy. It was. And I went in the area, I looked in a pawn shop, and I don't know, I think I even filmed that. I filmed part of that. Yeah, there's a pawn shop just a few blocks away from the trailer. I went in there. I was looking for cool stuff like the watches, you know, Invictus and different things you can find. They had scooters and different things in the pawn shop. But it turned out they were asking top dollar. The watch, I found the watch. You'll see in the video if you watch it. I was told, the lady in there was nice. She was nice enough, but it's a bad vibe though. They have all these signs on the window. They're like, the sheriff is patrolling this pawn shop. He will be called if there's a problem. All these like danger signs are on it, and the door's like locked up at night. They have like gates, a metal shutter. There are no windows. It's real sketchy. I bet you that's what happens with those products that Tim reviews. He takes them down to that pawn shop and gets the cheddar for them after he's done. The ones that Granny Warbucks bought. Huh? McAfee, baby. I mixed it up today. Oh, did I just splash my mic? That's all I need. I'll short out my mic with McAfee. Mike Caffey. No, it's pretty good coffee, actually. I don't know what exactly is in it. It's pre-ground, but I'll brew some up. I'll show you guys later. Another video will, if I do my morning chat. But, yeah, that was an experience going down there. Definitely an experience. Bradenton, baby. And yeah, the spot over by Ted and Jolene's, that's primo. That's like a little slice of paradise right on the water. I don't know so much about the Bradenton. I don't know. You have to work with it. Have to carry. MC Hammer used to say, 2 knives in my pocket even when I'm asleep. He's like, if I get any sleep. That's kind of like Tim in the trailer. Seriously, that's in one of MC Hammer's songs. He says that he sleeps with one eye open. Tim has 2 guns. He has in case something happens. But yeah, and then I saw there was another video up there today by a new channel that was a quick, like, 2-minute spoof about the stalker. And they actually showed there's some other subscriber of Tim's, a fan of Tim's, that actually filmed down there. And he walked around Miss Granny Warbucks, Miss T. We haven't seen her. He walked around the caddy. He found, like, that parked, I guess, at her apartment. And he was filming that. And he went to Tim's trailer, too. That's kind of a real stalker there. I didn't even go to Granny Warbucks because I figure she doesn't really say that much on the channel. That was before she said, throw it in their face, Timmy. Yeah, that she kind of kept her mouth shut back then. And I was like, well, it's not really fair to go to her place. You know, we don't know if Tim, people were saying he was living there at night. We just don't know. But yeah, crazy stuff, guys. I don't know if she's around or not. I noticed in today's video, he did this recipe for a fatty hamburger and eggs. Yeah, a carnivore recipe. I don't know, but I did see there was a pink, it looked like a lipstick container on the counter. One of those, I don't know whose it was. I don't think Granny's been around. Maybe it was left over. Maybe she left it there by mistake. Unless Tim had a lady friend over. I don't know. No, I think if that was the case, I don't know if he would put it on camera, if he would brag about that or not. It's a very good question. But yeah, it was a red lipstick container. And you know how they separate like part way in the middle? That's got to be what that was. Right by his stove. I've seen those. Leslie's got a whole ton of things like that kicking around. I can't imagine it being pink or whatever that it would be belong to Tim. I don't know. It's a strange one. But that's what he did today. He cooked up this recipe that was ridiculous with like 4 or 5 eggs in it and a whole bunch of hamburger. But that's not so much ridiculous. But the part that was, he didn't drain the fat. It was a fatty hamburger meat. All that grease and fat, he left in the recipe. That's what he said the deal is with it. And he added butter. I got to get over this thing. He added butter to it. And he said it tasted good. He said it was delicious. He only ate a bite of it, though. But that's some recipe. I don't know how safe that is. Oh, he had gone to his doctor today, too. He claimed he had blood work done. And he said his doctor believes kind of in Asian medicine. And he's kind of like open to... He didn't exactly shut Tim out for doing carnivore. However, Tim's cholesterol was very high. And I'm pretty sure he gave the readings. It was like 244, something like that. It may have been higher. And then the thing was, I believe his good cholesterol was very low. That reading is very low. So it's mainly bad cholesterol. That's kind of something that is a little concerning. Now, the carnivore crowd says don't pay attention to it. We just don't know, guys. It's an experiment. I don't know if they're right or wrong. All I can tell you is there's a channel called Old Guy Carnivore. This guy, Mitch, I've watched him from time to time. He used to do like a morning video every day. I don't know if he's doing it anymore. morning coffee with Mitch. And he would light up a cigar. He would have a cigar. He had a musical lighter he would play. Yeah, I don't know if he's still doing that one. But unfortunately, Mitch had a stroke. And he ended up needing a walker. He was back in a wheelchair. It took a long time for him to recover. He's doing videos again, but you can tell he's still not 100%. He's getting there. His speech is a little off, maybe a little slower than it used to be. That's what's going on. He had a long road to recovery. And they're like, something's wrong with your speech. You're speaking as slow as New York, Dan. No, but we hope Mitch has full recovery and is okay. He's a good guy, and he's doing a strict carnivore. It's not Tim's diet. Mitch does it strict. Not a breadcrumb. Not even a crumb, man. Not even a crumb. But Mitch is 78 years old. It's an experiment. If he's been doing it a couple years. If you got a guy that's like, you know what I would like to see, that would convince me about carnivore. If there was a guy on there that's like 95 years old and he's like, I've done carnivore for 30 years and I feel great. And the guy looked great too. That would really be cool. But some of the doctors on there that promote it too, some of them look, one of the guys has like white eyebrows, and the guy, he when he does his show, he looks like he's old, really old, and the guy's, oh, I'm 50 years old and I'm doing carnivore. I'm like, I don't know what's going on there with that. The doctor is younger than New York Dan, and he's looking pretty haggard. And that guy, the other guy, Brian Johnson, have you heard of him? He wants to live to 200. He's doing a strict diet. He lost a ton of weight, too much weight. He even said he lost fat in his face and it made him look even older. Yeah, Brian Johnson, guys, he's a lot older than me. No, wait, I'm getting this mixed up. Brian Johnson is a lot younger than me. But he looks older, in my opinion. Yeah, he's famous on YouTube. He's got like probably hundreds of thousands of subscribers, maybe even 1 million, maybe millions. Once in a while I check to see what he's up to, but he does weird stuff. He does like a jigger of olive oil. He like takes it like a shot. I'm like, what the heck are you doing? If you're going to eat olive oil, why not enjoy it? Make something, use it to cook something, use it on veggies, make like broccoli rabe or something with it. Don't just drink it. Don't guzzle it. This guy, he's like a robot, Brian Johnson. That's an extreme. That's the other extreme. I don't know if he even eats any meat. I think it's all vegetable base and like superfoods. I've been trying to get in shape myself. I'm eating stuff, onion, turmeric, healthy. I eat like chili with bean, a lot of stuff like that. It's not strict carnivore, but I'm trying low carb. That's it, low carb. That's what I'm trying to do. And it's definitely working. Yeah, sometimes I try 2 meals too. Do 2 meals a day. Have a snack that's like healthy vegetables, in between. It's definitely working. I'm going to do a weigh-in. I used to be at 210 Big Ben, and we'll see what I'm at. I've been in a whirlwind. I haven't had time to do a weigh-in. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do more stuff for the channel soon. So, yeah, so Tim's doctor was cool he thought the doctor was cool, but he's only there temporarily. The doctor might be moving around. He said his camper is baking hot when he was doing his cooking. That's the problem with that thing. It's not well insulated. Something's up for that kind of heat. you know why? They probably figure if people are going on vacation in those campers, they're going somewhere that has moderate temperatures because they're traveling. And you can run the AC will handle it. They don't expect people to park in the hottest climate with that trailer. They'd think you hooked that thing up by now and get it out of Sarasota, Bradenton. You could take the boy out of Bradenton, but you can't take the the trailer. Some weird. I was just thinking that up with that. You can take the boy out of the trailer, but you can't take the trailer out of Bradenton. Something like that. I don't know. He's stuck there. Funds are low. So yeah, that's what's going on. And I noticed something weird when he was in his trailer. You guys have probably seen this. His tags. He's like that lady on Hee Haw. Remember? Hee Haw. She left the tag on her hat, the price tag. All that. He's the same way. This guy takes the cake he has on his theater seats. He says the thing. It says like Lazy Boy or something. The factory tag, the plastic. You're supposed to pull that off. No, we can't do that. Maybe we'll resell it. And then in his Honda, he's still got that airbag thing, that sticker thing that's hanging off the glove box, the passenger glove box. I guess he thinks if he tries to sell the car, he can be like, look, the original stickers are still on it. It's never even been used. Don't mind the odometer. I don't know what he's up to. It's pretty funny because, you know, that's not going to help you sell it. Come on. That's funny. Take that stuff off. Enjoy it. So, yeah, this is basically, what else is it going on here? Okay. Yeah, tomorrow I might be going to this cookout thing. Hopefully I'll be better. Hopefully I'll be well. It's a clam bake. And you bring your own stuff. They have a big grill there. You bring your own stuff to grill. And it's right on the water. It's on the Long Island Sound. We're going to be grilling up some dogs. Maybe I'll bring a burger. I'll see what's going on. My friend Eric's going to be there. Hopefully he's in a good mood. We'll see. Fingers crossed. And yeah, shout out to Z-Car. Thank you very much for the insight. Welcome aboard. And welcome aboard new subscribers. We'll be doing some cool stuff. I'm going to get that boat going. This brief summertime cold has delayed me a bit in doing stuff. So it's all coming up on the channel. Hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan. And yeah, this will be, again, my late night early risers video. The rate I'm going by the time I post this. Hope everyone has a great, hope you get a good night's sleep or have a great morning, depending when you watch this. All right, guys. Yeah, stay cool. I hear a lot of the country's under a heat wave, and it's pretty sultry out here in New York, Long Island, New York. Feels like a jungle out there. Super high humidity. When you open the door, it's just like, whew. And man, it's hard to do stuff out there when it gets like that. It's like a swamp. Yeah, hope you're doing good, guys. I'll see you soon.